Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I have a money guide for you guys on this event week. I'm really sorry that I'm a day late on this. I've just been really busy yesterday with doing the Red Dead PS4 port comparison. But this money guide, this is still very helpful for this week. This is for the event week of August 17th to August 23. After this event week, this money guide will still be relevant, but you'll be basically making $6.5 million every day instead of, $13 million. So this is not any clickbait stuff. You will actually see me making $13 million, and I will show you guys the calculations, everything at the end. But basically, for this guide, you need to have two large CEO crate warehouses, 111 crate warehouses, and obviously an office. Now, the warehouses that I recommend is West Vinewood and Darnell Bros. The reason I like these is because Darnell Bros, even though it's the most expensive, it's right off the highway. It's really easy access, and there's even like a little ramp that you can just jump off the highway right there, a little edge on it. And, West Vinewood, because it's at the top of the city, so if you're delivering any crates that are like, outside the city, north of it, they're easy to deliver right there because it's right when you enter the city. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be sourcing 3 crates at a time. And this basically took me about 6 hours and 20 minutes to do all of these crates. If you're quick like me, you can do all of this in 6 hours and 20 minutes. Now, I was able to source 38 crates in 63 minutes. If you don't believe me that I was able to do 38 crates in 63 minutes, you can watch my video. I will put a video down below in the top pinned comment and description, so you can watch, the 1 hour unedited version of just me going through crates right at the start. But basically what we're going to be doing is this. We're going to be doing those 2 warehouses back to back. So we start with the first warehouse, like, West Vinewood. We get 3 crates. So we're going to be purchasing these crates. And what we do is we go and pick up the crates. We deliver them to the warehouse. Once they are delivered to the warehouse, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to that technician in the warehouse, and we are going to source crates with them. That's about $7,500. And when you source crates with them for $7,500, they will give you between 1 to 3 crates or a special rare crate every 48 minutes. So after 48 minutes, one in-game day, they will deliver and they'll be ready to source again. And so what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be going to the second warehouse. Now, what we're going to be doing next is we are going to be setting our spawn location as the office. So we put the spawn location as the office, and right after, we deliver that crate and we, source with that technician, we just find new session, new invite-only session, the office. Now, this is even better than the Terabyte. The reason this is so effective is because with it, especially the next-gen consoles, you can just connect so quickly into an invite-only session. So instead of going all the way back to the office, you can just spawn right back in the office just like that. In just a few seconds, you'll be right there. So now we're going to the second large warehouse. We source 3 crates of that. Again, we do that, and we deliver to the warehouse, and with that technician right there, same exact thing afterwards. We get $7,500, we pay them for that, and what we do, find new session, again, go back to the office. Now, what's going to happen is, if you get a really easy mission and you're really quick, you might have like a 1 to 2 minute cooldown on the next warehouse. Each warehouse is a 5-minute cooldown after you deliver crates. But because we're doing 2 warehouses back to back, the cooldown is in between. So if anything, if you're really quick, you might have like 1 or 2 minutes, cooldown, but it's not that much. You just sit at the computer, you wait for this next warehouse, source it there, then go back and forth to the next warehouse. You just keep sourcing 3 crates at a time. That's basically all you have to do. Until you have 111 crates in each warehouse, that's 222 crates. Now again, I know people are going to tell me that crates are really time consuming. I do agree that crates are really time consuming, but because we can do this in invite only sessions, this is really easy now. So what I was doing the entire time as I was doing all of this stuff is I was just listening to music and just listening to YouTube videos. That's what I was doing just so I wasn't bored. But this is a very effective way to make money for this week. I know it's boring. I know I'm going to have people tell me that in the comments, but it's a very, very effective way to make money. So you just basically do that. And I was able to fill up those 2 warehouses in about 6 hours and 20 minutes. Now, if you get some easier missions than me more often, you could probably get this down to even 6 hours. So I'm going to estimate between 6 to 7 hours. If you're quick with this, you will be able to source those warehouses, fill them up in about 6 to 7 hours. That's if you have the whole day to play, 6 to 7 hours. If you don't have the whole day to play, you could just play for 3 hours, just sourcing crates, next day 3 hours, and you have 13 million in 2 days. But if you have 6 to 7 hours to play, you can make that $13 million in 1 day, no problem. And here's another tip while you're sourcing these crates, because this might actually save you an hour of time while you're doing this. If you get any of these missions, when you buy special cargo, make sure you see what it says underneath there. If it says go to Mirror Park, go to Del Perro, or go to Hookies. If you see those three, Hookies, Del Perro, or Mirror Park, leave the session immediately. Just find new session. Do not close your app, because if you close your app, you won't get charged the $18,000 for that mission, but what could happen is the previous 3 crates that you delivered might not register in your warehouse, and you might have to do that again. So basically, just find new session. It'll save your online game progress. Yes, you will lose 18,000, but it's better than doing those missions. The reason you don't want to do Hookies, Del Perro, or Mirror Park is because those missions take like 15 to 20 minutes just to complete. Most of the missions in this game, even the missions where you have 3 crate pickups, those take about 5 to 10 minutes to finish, especially if you're using an air vehicle. But with those missions, the Hookies, the Mirror Park, the Del Perro, that's going to take you 15 to 20 minutes to finish, even if you're using an air vehicle. So it's better just to skip the mission. I know you're losing like a few 18 grand here and there if you get that mission, but trust me, it's worth just skipping it, because it just takes too long, and time is money in a way when you're just taking way too long on some of these missions, and you will get way more money back at the end than, that few 18 grand. If you want to know how many times I had to skip that mission while I was doing that, I had to skip that mission basically about 7 times. So 7 times. It was 6 or 7 times, yeah. So I think it was 7 times that in that whole 6 hours and 20 minutes, I'd gotten the Hookies, Del Perro, and Mirror Parks, and I basically just kept leaving, and I was just finding new session. I refused to do it. It's that annoying mission where you have to, go over to swim underwater. You have to then detonate, 3 crates underneath there. You have to then go to a truck, drive it back. It's just too much of a hassle. It's just so annoying. Don't bother with those missions. It'll save you so much time if you just find new session if you get them. Additionally, I want to say that when you are leaving the office, use your buzzard every single time. I know it's going to be $500 each time, but just use the buzzard, because it's so cheap compared to the amount of money that you're going to be making back from this. The reason the buzzard is so effective is because you've got a helicopter right when you're leaving. You can fly to wherever you need to go to, and you have missiles. So if your crates are being stolen by like rival helicopters, you can just shoot them down, and that's it. And so basically, just source the entire warehouse, source both entire warehouses, and then once you're done, we're going to be going into a public session, which moves on to the next part right here. Now we're going to be doing the sales. Now, I recommend to sell in a public session. Now, I know some people are going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but you get an extra $2.5 million per sale just for selling in that public session. So I do really think it's worth it. You get an extra $4.5 million just for selling in that full lobby. Now, I know this is going to freak some people out. If you don't want to sell in those, public sessions, then okay, to sell the warehouses as is. But you will be making around $8 million. Here, you can make, an extra $4 to $5 million just by selling in that public session. Now, here's the thing: to minimize your risk of getting attacked by some idiot, sell in free aim servers. To get into a free aim lobby, all you basically gotta do is, when you're in single player, just choose your aim settings to free aim. Find new free aim public session. The reason free aim is because free aim tends to have more experienced players in them, and there's less griefers. I just noticed auto aim servers just tend to be more toxic. Not saying you're not going to get griefed in free aim, but the chances are much less than in auto aim. Next thing that you want to do is that if somebody tries to blow your stuff up, all you basically have to do is just close your application. If you close your application and you're really fast before anything gets destroyed, you will only lose 3 crates. It's better than losing the 111 crates. So this is, keep an eye on the map and use Ghost Organization. When you're like a minute into the sale, because that's when most griefers tend to catch on, use Ghost Organization. You'll hide yourself for $12,000, but you have a 3-minute window where the griefers can't see you or the cargo. And so I do think that it's worth it. And if you have like a Titan mission like I do here, you can just use like a jet like the Raiju, activate flight formation. It's in the CEO settings, and you can guide the Titan and make it fly faster. That's, one trick that you can use. Now, this guide is mostly solo. It is for the most part, but the only thing that's not solo is the sale at the end. That thing, you will need at least 2 friends to help you with that sale at the end. But you can just find 2 friends to help you out, and you can just ask them, do you guys need help selling something else? That's what I do. And so in this lobby, I did not know the vast majority of people in this lobby. I had a few friends that were just helping me. I want to thank Chasaruni. I want to thank Brandon. I want to thank General Shimon. And I want to thank Burb Bear. Thank you guys for, helping me out with these sales. I do really appreciate it. But, the point that I'm making to you guys, I don't know the vast majority of people that are in this lobby. And so I sell in these public lobbies all the time. And I'm a YouTuber. I'm more likely to get targeted than you guys. And I avoid it a lot. I use Ghost Organization. I don't really have people destroying my stuff as often as you think that I would. So that's what I say, is that I recommend selling in these populated lobbies because you'll make a lot of money back. Now, as for the bonus, how does the bonus work exactly? It's the high demand bonus. The high demand bonus is scaled off of each player in the lobby. So it will be basically a it would be basically a 2.5% bonus per each player that's in that lobby specifically. How the high demand bonus works, I have down below. We are selling for a total of 4,440,000. The high demand bonus is 2.5% per each player in that lobby. That's not in your CEO. So that means that we are going to be getting $111,000 per player in that lobby. That's insane. So if we sell this in a populated lobby, this stacks up to 20 players. Times 20, that's an extra $2,220,000. When we make the sale, we get to $6,660,000. We got that right there. And then what we do is we're doing our next sale. Next sale, I activate Ghost Organization once again, and we make the drops. We get $6,660,000. We get a total of $13,320,000. So yes, I do think that it's worth selling in these populated lobbies because you will just make massive bonuses here. Remember what I say. If some idiot tries to blow up your stuff, just close your application. If you don't want to sell in these, okay, sell in the invite-only sessions if you don't want to risk it. But I'm telling you, you can make, $4 to $5 million more by selling in these populated lobbies. And you can use Ghost Organization. Give yourself that 3-minute window. Let's move on to our calculations here. And here at the end, we have our calculations. So if we do 3 crates at a time, that is basically going to be about 74 crate source missions because it takes 37 missions to fill up 1 warehouse. So if we're filling up 2 warehouses, 222 crates, that's $18,000 per each mission, which 18,000 times 74, that's about 1,332,000, which we're going to be investing into buying crates, but it's going to be worth it. This number might be a little bit higher depending on how many times you might have to quit, because if you get the Hookies mission, Del Perro, or Mirror Park, but you're still making, over $10 million easy. And so first warehouse, 4,440,000, and if we sell that in that populated lobby, then that's $111,000 per player. We multiply that by 20, that's an extra $2,220,000, gives us $6,660,000. Same thing for the second warehouse, and if we add $6,660,000, we multiply that by 2, we get $13,320,000, which is the amount that we got. If we subtract the how much we put into the buying the crates, that's about $1,332,000. I know that we also have the technicians, but that's about $7,500. That could actually save you a little bit of money if you actually get 3 crates, but just pretty unpredictable for how many crates you're going to get every 48 minutes. So I just wanted to do it on the high end, just calculating it specifically if you weren't doing the technician. But we would be basically getting about $11,988,000 total profit, around $12 million in total profit, and total time would be about 67 hours. Use the buzzard after you leave the office each time. Find new session after you deliver the crates each time. Find new session, spawn in your office, go to second warehouse, source 3 crates. Remember, every 48 minutes, you source with the technician for 7,500 crates. And after 48 minutes, you source with them again, and you find a new session if you have the Hookies, Del Perro, or the Mirror Park mission. If you have any questions, please post them down below. I know this is a pretty time-consuming guide for this week, guys, but you can make a ton of money if you follow this guide this week. And look, you don't have to do this all in just one day like me. I know it's, it's about between 6 to 7 hours. That's if you have the whole day to play. If you get bored, listen to music, watch YouTube videos. That's what I was doing while I was sourcing crates. But if you don't want to do it in the entire day, you could just source crates for, 3 hours, even 2 hours, and then do it the next day, and you could still make easily $13 million in just before this event week still runs out. So you don't have to do it all in one day if you don't want to. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, do drop a like. It does help me to make more guides like this. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll reply to them a little bit later. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.